What's driving the growth of Bitcoin? It is the most powerful force in the world right now. It's growing nearly 60%. It's become the eighth largest asset in the world. It's about to become the largest asset in the world in the next 48 months.
And as President Trump has directed, we are going to keep the U.S. the dominant reserve currency in the world, and we will use stablecoins to do that.
I'm always surprised by how big the crypto space is. People who come to these conferences, names that you would know that would come to these conferences, and then how on the traditional asset management or even the traditional finance side that there's literally blinders on to this massive growth in this community. And at some point, they have to come together. And I think the challenge is, from a regulatory standpoint, is that it's really difficult because it's very disruptive, but it's literally like two parallel universes kind of running together, along.
Give a type of money that can only be spent for a specific number of reasons. And some worry about that state control or whatever, but like in this particular narrow use case, you want to give checks to individuals to get the economy moving again.
Yeah.
So if you think of programmable money that expires if you don't spend it.
Mechanism for recession?
Not at all. It doesn't have to be, because it'll depend on how quickly the baton gets handed off.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're going to get more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy. And you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the NWO book and the Crypto Teacher book. The NWO book shows you how the world really works, and especially in the times that we're in right now, it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep. And in 2025, the NWO is going to turn on that alarm clock. It's up to you whether you wake up or not, whether you're going to hit that snooze button. Remember, my people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And guys, we're going to see stablecoin regulation, which is the foundation of this new digital economy, and it sets up down the road 2028, 2029 for that free money. And then also, of course, in the first quarter of 2025, we always get a correction. But we have trillions of dollars sitting on the sideline in money market accounts. And then plus, we know the Fed is going to cut rates. Not a lot this year, but they're definitely going to cut rates. So I see us getting a correction and then moving back up. And then we have the two powerhouses, China and the U.S., will step up these tariffs on each other. And of course, guys, that's going to hit certain parts of the market. But then we also have the hacks. We have the Birdman. We have the drums are beaten, and more movies to come, as we can see. And inflation is going to stay sticky, and layoffs are going to step up while they move in all this automation. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And I keep getting messages on watching the movie Electric. I forgot the full name. On Netflix. I receive plenty of messages. I may be able to watch it tomorrow when I get time. But you keep telling me the programming has begun. And I definitely check it out. A lot of times I won't watch the whole movie. I just want to get the narrative. Get what they're trying to sell you for the 4th Industrial Revolution. But guys, right now we have Bitcoin and crypto flat. We are on the weekend, the only game in town. And this week coming up is going to be another roller coaster ride. We have Jerome in the house, and then on stocks, we have options expiring. If you're part of the stock Patreon, make sure you keep an eye on your calendar. But guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates on Friday were moving back up. And now that Jerome Powell is going to say, I'm going to pause, we know yield rates once he leaves are going to slowly creep back up. We also had the dollar down yesterday. We have volume in crypto right now down. We have Tether and USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo yesterday was $126 billion. Make sure you pull it on a daily basis during the week. And we know the Fed wants to keep rates higher for longer in order to destroy this legacy market so Trump can build this fourth industrial revolution, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And when Trump was running for office, he told us everything he was going to do. He gets into office and moving it fast forward. Remember, he only has 4 years to land us in this digital economy. And we're seeing every part of the legacy market getting disrupted. And we have Trump pushing tariffs because we know universal basic income is going to be needed. If the machines are going to be taking over the economy and you don't want to uprising from the people, you give them free money. But guys, remember, we already saw the simulation when the C word happened. And I would have never believed you to see how people reacted, because I'm from an older generation. I didn't realize how sleep the current generations are. It just lets you see how powerful programming is when it comes to the television and social media. I would have never thought people would fall for the things that they fell for. And the fact is that little bit of money that they receive, and we see all this inflation, they paid back 100 times of that. That's the reason why when you're conscious, when you understand how the world works, you don't fall for the devil's tricks. And the sheep always fall for distractions because they're focused on things that don't matter. They have no idea about this new digital economy that's going on, and it's right in front of their eyes. The easiest place to hide something is in plain sight. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. But we see the NWO building while the sheep sleep. And part of Trump's job is to get us to that level playing field, and that's cutting debt and devaluing the dollar. And we see stablecoin regulation coming right around the corner, and I'm going to go over that later. But stablecoins are nothing but digital dollars. They're the foundation of this new economy. The fact is they're going to be programmable. So once the people are out of work, and we know how they dangle that carrot, give you the free money for a little while, and then after that, this money is going to be programmable, telling you what, when, when, and how to buy, and you have 3 to 6 months to spend it, or poof, it's gone. And we know that is biblical. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, we have the Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs were up at close yesterday. And we have VanEck has officially filed an S1 for an Avalanche ETF. And we keep seeing these crypto ETFs, but we haven't received any approvals. And the reason why, because it's all about timing. They already have that date, and a lot of them are going to get approved at once. And it's definitely going to impact the market. And don't forget what Larry Fink stated. These ETFs are the gateway to tokenization for everything. Stocks, bonds, it doesn't matter. FX, everything is going to be tokenized and put on blockchain. And then we have Rex Shares launches Bitcoin Corporate Treasury Convertible Bond ETF, focusing on issuers like Strategy. So this ETF will give exposure to convertible bonds issued by customers actively incorporating Bitcoin into their corporate treasury. And they're just building products around Bitcoin instead of you investing directly in Bitcoin. So basically, you're just betting on prices, opening the casino up. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, getting over into a little crypto news, we have BNY Mellon expands services for Circle allowing institutional clients to send and receive funds and USDC transactions. And of course, first it starts with the institutions. Once everything gets streamlined and becomes seamless, then they bring it to the masses. They bring it to the customers, and we know they already have that one click that attach that digital wallet to your bank account, and you'll be using stablecoins without even knowing. And we know there's already plenty of people, or it might even be you, that don't even touch cash for a whole 30, 60, 90 days, just swiping that debit or credit card. So it's really no different. But these stable coins are going to lead to the utility bull run. But remember, guys, this is a plan. It moves in phases. Not going to happen overnight. But once this stablecoin bill gets approved, we have one already in Europe. Now we just need the world reserve currency to get one. And then they get to push that $1 trillion mint button. Trillions of stable coins hitting the market. And there will be plenty of liquidity. But at around that time, we will get a distraction. Remember, while the sheep sleep, the NWO builds. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Because he knows, when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But guess all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. Plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate. Not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.